was launched in the late 90s. It was only a matter of time before anime went from being niche in the West to completely mainstream. Everyone loves it now, but as a black fan, I think it's been especially interesting to see the many ways anime has been embraced by black culture over the years. We reference it in our music, our celebrities can't get enough of it.
Does Samuel L. Jackson like anime?
Yes, I do. Hentai too.
And half of us that like anime have at least one Akatsuki cloud print do-rag or bonnet somewhere around our homes. Please move on from them. I think something that a lot of non-Japanese anime fans all over the world can appreciate is their cultures or ethnicities being positively represented by characters in the shows they're watching. With anime primarily being made for Japanese audiences, and Japan itself mostly being ethnically homogenous, representation in anime isn't really something that the average international viewer should expect. It's just sick when it happens. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't get hype whenever I see a cool character that looks like me in an anime I like. However, I haven't always felt this way because a lot of black anime characters used to look like this.
Chocolate!
And now I have a big question for all of you. Is this design racist? Well, it's not that simple of a question to answer, because while I highly doubt that most artists ever had any intention to offend black people with some of their old character designs, the truth is, this imagery, this way of drawing black characters, is something that was actually inspired by blackface. And before I even explain, I know some of you are already writing your comments about how I'm just complaining and this isn't a big deal. That's not what this video is. I'm just connecting the dots for everyone and telling what I think is a really interesting story. Okay, let's get into it. I guess we should start by answering the question, what is blackface? Blackface is the practice of wearing makeup to imitate the appearance of a black person. While the origin of its usage may not be clear, it can be traced all the way back to theater productions in the 1600s. Its use to portray characters like Othello at the time did not involve the appropriation and objectification of black appearances and culture that we associate with blackface today. Simply put, it wasn't meant to just be racist. This more modern version of it was popularized in the 19th century, around the year 1830, through the boom of minstrel shows, which are also called minstrelsy. Minstrel shows featured performers who painted their faces black using things like shoe polish, burnt cork, or grease makeup while leaving a ring around their mouths uncovered, so to the audience, it would look like they had big red lips. After dressing themselves in ragged clothing, minstrel performers would sing their versions of black songs, dance their versions of black dances, act out skits, and generally just make an ass out of themselves while displaying some truly harmful stereotypes. What was meant to just be entertainment for primarily white audiences was also highly insulting to people of African descent. And this may come as a surprise to a lot of you, but minstrel shows were actually the very first form of theater that was created exclusively by Americans. These performances began small time. In the early years, shows were mostly done in taverns in the Northeast in front of lower class audiences, but as they gained more and more popularity, they spread to venues as major as opera houses. Minstrelsy and the act of mocking black people eventually became one of the biggest forms of entertainment in the United States. Eventually, it went global, and for a lot of viewers, this extremely distorted portrayal of African American culture was their introduction to it. Because of the American people's fascination with minstrelsy, blackface iconography spread like wildfire to just about every part of US culture you can think of. In the early days of cinema, famous actors regularly wore blackface to play black roles. The depiction of characters with black skin and round, big, bright red lips made its way to products like games, salt and pepper shakers, cookie jars, grocery lists, postcards, lighters, jewelry, and a whole lot more. Blackface-inspired characters were made for food branding and other types of advertisements. This is a cartoon that Dr. Seuss himself made for a bug spray ad back in the 1920s. If you look closely, you'll notice that bugs are the least prominent part of this ad. If you've ever wondered why in Green Eggs and Ham this man ran across the planet to get away from Sam I Am, it's because he was just a grumpy old guy that still believed in segregation, and that food was just a little too colorful for him. Blackface appeared in children's stories about black characters. It was part of the design of popular toys, and the motif even made its way to comic books. You know Shazam? He's got that one movie you kind of remember seeing back in 2019, and another that came out in 2023 that you definitely didn't see. Well, in the 40s, back when he was still known as Captain Marvel, he had a sidekick named Steamboat for a little while that looked like this. The birth of the American animation industry was heavily influenced by blackface minstrelsy. Some historians would say that even the designs of characters like Disney's Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and Mickey Mouse having black bodies, big white eyes, and white mouths prove this. Personally, I don't know how much validity there is in that because coloring and design for black and white characters is something that you have to take into consideration. But I also wouldn't be surprised either way. Let's just pretend I didn't even mention that last thing about their designs. Mickey and his friends literally performed a minstrel show and wore blackface to do it. Famous characters wearing blackface was a thing that just used to happen casually, and if a new black character needed to be made, then a lot of the time they were drawn in a way that evoked blackface imagery and played on racist stereotypes. There are about 11 whole Looney Tunes episodes that have basically been banned due to how offensive their portrayals of people of different ethnicities were. By the 1950s, with the rise of the civil rights movement, blackface had largely become seen as insulting and offensive to black people. Because of this, its common usage was slowly phased out.
Is wrong. Notice how I said most, not all. So today I'm gonna discuss anime characters that are definitely racist. First up, we got Tobirama. Bro basically invented segregation in the Naruto verse. Not to mention the anti-Uchiha microaggressions he's always spouting.
I am Sasuke Uchiha.
You belong to the Uchiha, do you? Of course you'd stick with a scoundrel. Tobirama! Even plotted a coup d'etat, did they?
But you're the one who drove them to it, Lord Second.
You brat full of Uchiha evil.
But Aiden, he couldn't have hated the Uchihas because he had an Uchiha friend. Let's all be honest here. This dude was not locked in with the other Uchihas like that. You already know bro was the biggest pick-me of all time. You know he was talking about some, yeah, I really don't fuck with the other Uchihas like that. I feel a lot more at home with you guys. Next up, we got Roronoa Zoro from One Piece. I want y'all to really think about this, because how come every time he's in a fight, he targets a minority? Captain Morgan, Hibachi, Miss Monday, Mr. 5, Mr. 1, Ohm, Aokoji, Kuma, 2 fishmen on Fishman Island, bruh, Pika, and of course King, bro. But Aiden, Zoro fought a bunch of other people who weren't minorities. You're just pointing out that some of them who were to push your own agenda.
I listen to all your music.
What's your favorite song?
You did the box, right?
Fuck you, nigga.
Moving on to Frieza. Do I even gotta explain this? This dude is out here blowing up planets, genociding entire races on the daily. His job is being prejudiced, and he is employee of the month. Have you heard the way bro speaks?
Hello, monkeys. Miserable Saiyan monkeys. Nasty monkeys. The whole barrel of monkeys. You know, monkey see, monkey do. Catch this, monkey. You're nothing but an overgrown monkey. You monkey! The Saiyan can't beat me. The monkey can't beat me. Round and round the monkey goes. Monkey. Lousy no good Saiyan monkey.
There is only one man, one entity, one being who even comes close to this level of hate speech. Suguru Gato, bruh.
Filthy monkey who can't even use jujutsu.
What is that stuff you're spraying everywhere?
Disinfecting deodorant. I don't want everyone to breathe in the monkey smell. There are lots of monkeys and they all have their own role to play. There are money-collecting monkeys and curse-collecting monkeys. Now you know why I'm always saying that they're nothing but monkeys. You better watch that mouth of yours, because I don't need any monkeys like you in the world that I'm creating. Sorry about this, but I don't have time to chat with monkeys.
Toji said it once. Let it go. This man's last words were, no matter what anyone tells you, I hate those monkeys. This is insane behavior. Lock him up immediately.
Yo, I hit the jeweler, got some goals.
The question is anime racist? I see the way back when Mickey Mouse aired in the 90s and stuff. I used to see characters that have thick lips and black faces. I really do think that some of the anime characters are depicted as racist, but racist towards black people. And as you can see in this clip, this dude was talking about this particular character that they made, this Japanese anime artist. They was like talking, he was like stating blackface was inspired by white people back then. I don't think that Japanese culture people, they're very cultural. I don't think they so involved in the European culture or Western cultures or any other cultures around the world. They're mostly people that's for their own culture and for their own selves. I do think that even some Japanese people don't even speak English, so I don't think it globally blackface affected them. I just think like most Japanese people, they don't have a dislike in black people, I don't know why, because of the tone of the tone of their skin tone, they don't like, and their facial features, which is textural features and all that stuff. The way that I used to notice when I was watching anime, how that one dude from Dragon Ball Z looked like, I don't know what's his name, Oppo or something. I watch anime, but I like to forget the names. I used to watch a lot of anime, but now for a long few months when I'm so busy, I didn't watch. But back then in the 90s and stuff like that, you will see like how these anime artists, mostly the Japanese artists, how they would depict black people as slow and stupid. And this is one anime I watched one day. I can't remember what is the name of the anime, but I will search it up. Like this dude, like this was like zombies in this thing, man. I don't know, it's one I think one bucket list. I don't know what's the name of that thing, but there was like running for the zombies, and like I don't know, was it this a girl or somebody? Then they meet up with this African black dude, and the way they depict him as the strong, muscular man that's like almost like basically like an idiot or something, and like was fighting the zombies, protecting this girl and stuff. And now this girl always say, "Why are you so black and dark?" And she's saying, "Is that poop on your skin?" Now this guy, now he wants to like say, "Oh, the anime artists are not racist." Reason why he's saying that, because they want to be inspired by Japanese culture and they want to respect the culture. But do Japanese people actually respect dark skinned people's culture, or do they exploit it for a mockery and foolery? I do really think that. I'm Afrikaans speaker, so I can't go deeper in the terms. They want to like most of the dudes. They are like mesmerized by anime. I don't know. For a few months, I didn't watch anime. They are so like, especially my mother. She like this Korean movies and stuff. Then I told them like, why are you watching this stuff? These people don't like other races of people, especially black. Why don't you watch your own colored movies and stuff? Stop focusing on this. We support your own people, especially with the black people. They will mock their own cultures and cartoons to watch. There's no Ratu, Dragon Ball Z, and Jujutsu and all that stuff. I forget all the names that I watch. I forget all this stuff. And One Piece, they will watch these things while Japanese people are mocking black people. And those dudes, they want to go to Korea and they want to go visit there to be with a Japanese woman who live in this fantasy where they thinking that the people is like celebrating their blackness, which is not. They don't really actually like you people. That people like deep rooted in their culture. They like sometimes it's also not racist like you said, but people like their own culture, man. And sometimes I do think that the artist was mocking and being racist. Like that one charity was showing like it looked like an African boy that have malnutrition, like the stomach is swollen, his face is out of proportion, and the way they draw black people is totally stupid. Like it's not even the way they look, like to make them look ugly, stupid, and dumbfolded. And always like the stereotype that the Japanese people will make. And black people are so okay with these things. And kissing is almost like when they're white people. They will say white people is racist, but I really don't know, man. Like they sort of like praising us white people and Japanese people. They want to sleep with a woman there when they go, like when they heard the rumors that they say the government wants black men to go impregnate. I don't know what. There was like a rumor on. So I used to also talk about it. The government will give you money if you impregnate because the birth rate is low and all that stuff. So those people really go up there. And there was one dude, was a light skinned dude, a black dude, and he got STD there when he sleep with that woman. Because some of these women they were like, see, okay, I want to have a good time with a dark skinned dude, and they go after stereotype of the BBC and stuff. Then they also say, oh, that's not what people predicted it will be. And then that guy was single and he went back to America because that was a hoax. Like, and the black dude was already like falling for it. That's how fun the Japanese people, they will wear these Suzuki clothes and all this Japanese stuff, and like Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even think she has like Asian blood in her genetics, but she's wearing these clothes, not knowing exactly what it stands for. She don't know the culture. It doesn't say when you eat with chopsticks you want to know everything about the culture. She was basically exploiting that Korean dude to get a number one track on an album, and that didn't also work out for her. Like she only do because she like, it doesn't say you like anime, you know everything about the culture. She wanted to be like copy everything the anime stuff, and things didn't work out. The originality is success to your career. She should celebrate her lineage, history, cultural practices, and not Japanese. At the end of the day, that people, when you cross a line, then they're just gonna say, look here, you are not part of our clan. Like in the animes, you will see how that people is towards different clans. That's what people, black people should open their eyes to the anime and stop supporting these racist animes and stop wearing these clothes. Because behind your backs, those people is basically laughing at you, mocking at you, drawing big stomachs. A lot of you guys say I'm racist. I never even draw a black person at all as an ugly person. I never even really actually call black people ugly. Because some of our mixed people, we have some of the black features, some of us have the curly, have some of the 4C, and some of us have the curvy bodies and stuff. But yeah, like don't like make it like a idol or something. Don't make it your lifeline anime. Like I said, as a few months back that I watched, most of the animes I watch is it's not even worthy that I put it off. I will be lucky if I get a good anime because all of that tricks they used to play with the racist characters, they can't actually do that because the people will boycott it. But back then they used to do it. But if you blacks always say you're okay with the Japanese calling you the monkey words and stuff, but same time you want to throw stones at light skinned people and light skinned black people when they say something and then they are racist. So open your fucking eyes, man, and see the real racism around you and stop promoting other people's cultures that doesn't promote yours. That's all I want to say. If you want to listen to my content, it's up to you. But the truth won't be sugar coated on this channel. That dude is saying a lot of stuff. It's not racist, but if you open your eyes widely, they were not impressed by it was their own the way the Japanese people can also draw, and they're not like worried about Western culture. So it's the way they see black people as thick lips and thick fro hair. Some of the black people don't even have that type of texture hair. But anyways, see you next time and subscribe to my channels. Bye.